That's good. So hello everybody. Uh, uh, the main reason of the decline of mm, EAF shorebird population is the reduction of the habitat. However, illegal and sustainable hunting is usually perceived as a medium-high level threat. The Russian part of EAF has a comparatively small human population. Almost all habitats are undeveloped and remain in unchanged natural condition. But hunting in key areas of bird concentration during migration can threaten shorebird populations. Due to the lack of information, we cannot evaluate the significance of this impact. The aim of this project are first to reveal the territory of the intensive shorebirds hunting, and second to assess the effect of hunting on shorebirds in the far east of Russia. The project focuses on EAFP priority shorebird species. Special attention is paid to Whimbrel and Far Eastern Curlew. Whimbrel, due to its large size, is the most popular wading species for legal hunting in the far east of Russia, and we knew that hunters shoot Far Eastern Curlew together with Whimbrels because of incorrect definition. The project is carried out by Birds Russia in cooperation with Working Group on Showbirds of Northern Eurasia, and it is planned to run for several years and supported by several foundations. Kamchatka was a model region for the first stage of project in 2019. We developed a methodology which includes 3 steps. First, generalization of knowledge about Kamchatka waders. Second, analysis of ring recovery data to identify places of active hunting for shorebirds. And the most important, it was anonymous social survey of hunters, as well as informal interviews with specialists of Wildlife Protection Agency and leaders of hunting society. The shorebird population of Kamchatka is much better, is studied much better than population of other regions of Russia. This map presents the point of long-term observation of shorebirds by Yuri Gerasimov. This table presents the estimation of shorebirds number during migration on Kamchatka, made also by Gerasimov. The main migration routes of Dudlin and some other shorebirds in the Okhotsk Sea region, and the main staging place of shorebirds during northward and southward migration, according to data of Yuri Gerasimov. The second step was the analysis of the recovery of rings from the short shorebirds received by Russian Ringer Center. It demonstrates that shooting of it demonstrates that shooting of big-sided shorebirds prevails on Kamchatka, medium size in Magadan and Khabarovsk area, and many small-sized shorebirds were killed on Sakhalin and Primorye. This map presents human settlements located at the sea coast of the Russian Far East and main areas of the shorebirds hunting identified from data of the rings recoveries. Although I have 20 minutes for my presentations, it is not enough to describe in detail the methodology. I include several slides, and I believe you will be able to get presentation copy and to see more details on the sampling and extrapolation. This table presents official data of the number of hunters in different districts of Kamchatka. This is the number of seasonal permissions which hunter receives, and we use this data for the extrapolation. In addition to registered hunters, there are people who hunt illegally. Around the western coast of Kamchatka, there are many teams of hired employers who come from other regions of Russia for fishing. They are partly involved in bird poaching. This is a color table which shows picture. We use it for the interview with hunters. And this is stickers and postcards we also distribute among hunters. This is the main place of our survey that was conducted in different regions of Kamchatka. This is several notes about sampling. In total, we received 302 filled anonymous questionnaire. Sorry, I don't have enough time to tell more about the methodology of sampling. This table presents the number of surveyed hunters and the percentage of hunters who shot showbirds. The extrapolation was made separately for each group of districts in Kamchatka and separately for several groups of species. First Whimbrel, then all other big and medium-sized showbirds except Whimbrel, and the third, all small-sized showbirds. This was because many hunters don't know the species. Now the most important result. First of all, according to our calculation, in total about 45,000 showbirds were hunted during 1 year in Kamchatka. This number includes 37,000 of Whimbrels, including in this several unknown number of young Far Eastern Curlews. About 1,600 are the big and medium-sized showbirds, mainly black-tailed and bar-tailed godwits, and more than 6,000 small-sized showbirds. This table presents the main results of our work. The average hours of one hunter in each area were multiplied by the number of hunters that received a hunting permit in each area. But we should take into consideration that in addition, showbirds were shot by poacher. Thus, small-sized showbirds were likely underestimated and may make up to 10,000 birds killed. We revealed several factors that limit legal and illegal showbirds hunting. First is the terms of intensive fishing, which is of great importance for local people, coincide in Kamchatka with the terms of hunting showbirds. Therefore, a significant number of hunters cannot spend much time hunting showbirds. Second is the high cost of gun cartridges, which leads to a preference for larger birds such as geese and ducks. As for showbirds, hunters like only Whimbrel because this bird is rather big and the most delicious. Several factors contribution to illegal showbirds hunting. First is the weak control over hunting due very low number of hunting officials. Second is the low level of biological education of hunters and even some hunting officials. Nearly all hunters and main part of inspectors could not identify some of protected showbirds. Hunters shoot bar-tailed godwits and Far Eastern Curlew together with Whimbrel. They are not aware of showbird declines and conservation needs. The third is the location of fishing camps in the stopovers of showbirds. There are a big number of guns in the hands of fishermen who use guns to protect nets from seals and to protect themselves against bears. And the last is in the last decades, the opportunity of hunters to buy all-terrain vehicles and good boats has increased significantly. Technologies has developed and people got more money. Now hunters can visit remote areas, often with no hunting control. Several words about hunting on Whimbrel. Whimbrel is the most important of harvested showbirds in Kamchatka. According to anonymous questionnaire, 55% of active hunters from shot Whimbrel in Kamchatka. The average back of one hunter, calculated as the total number of harvested birds divided on total number of hunters received permissions over Kamchatka, made 8.9 Whimbrels. Hunters can imitate Whimbrels' calls to attract birds. They also use homemade decoys or they bought decoys in shops. Hunting for Whimbrel is very popular in Kamchatka and their special hunting season exists for this. We believe that the number 37,000 skilled Whimbrels is very close to existing number. However, there is no evidence of the decline in number of Whimbrels over the past 20 or 30 years, despite very active hunting in Kamchatka. Considering that Whimbrel are also harvested elsewhere, not only in Kamchatka, our results suggest that well-known flyway Whimbrel population estimate of 55,000 birds is about 3 or 4 times lower than in reality. Migration observation of Whimbrels in Kamchatka of Yuri Gerasimov also confirmed this. In the past 40 years, results of Yuri Gerasimov and his colleagues' research on Kamchatka shown a minimum estimation of southward migration of Whimbrel about 80 or 100,000. However, after the estimation of number of hunted showbirds, we assume that 120 or 150,000 Whimbrel during migration showboards on Kamchatka is more realistic figures. Several conclusions. Our study of showbirds hunting was the first big research on this direction carried out in Russia. It gives the first idea of showbirds hunting in Kamchatka. However, to obtain a complete picture, it is necessary to conduct similar studies in all other regions of the Russian Far East. Works in Kamchatka should be continued in order to monitor the hunting process and to get more detailed data. There are significant numbers of Far Eastern Curlew between short Whimbrels. Hunters know that this species is protected, but some hunters shoot them by mistake. Also, young Curlews are mistaken with adult Whimbrels as they have shorter bill. Some other endangered or near endangered species, like bar-tailed godwits, black-tailed godwits, great-note, red-note, and gray-tailed turtle, are regularly hunted on Kamchatka in several places. Bar-tailed godwits, great-note, and red-note are included in the new edition of Red Data Book of Kamchatka and prohibited for hunting now, but black-tailed godwit and gray-tailed turtle continue to be officially hunting species. Although our study in Kamchatka filled a significant gap, the data on showbird hunting is still completely insufficient to propose an effective conservation program. Our methodology in Kamchatka demonstrated good results and it can be used in other regions of the Russian Far East. However, for a quantitative assessment of the number of Far Eastern Curlew harvested together with Whimbrel, it should be supplemented with other methods. We can make several recommendations for conservation. First, that special education activity for hunters and hunting inspectors, as they don't distinguish between many species. Second, the publication of the field guide of waders of the Russian Far East. Third, it is necessary to make efforts to restore the Moroshchny River Game Refuge in order to preserve several showbirds population. The reserve was cancelled in 2009 by local authorities. Hunting control in Kamchatka is very weak, but to recommend increasing control in all area of Kamchatka is not feasible and therefore useless. We can advise to focus on some selected critical areas. This is estuary of Kharizovoye and Belogolovaya rivers. And the last one, we need much more harvesting data. First, on other regions of the Far East. Second, we should move from one-time study to regular hunting monitoring. Several recommendations for future work. We need first survey with existing methodology of other regions to complete picture of the showbird shooting in the Russian Far East. Sakhalin Island has been studied this year. Then Tuguro-Chemikansky district and some other districts of Khabarovsky region we plan to study the next year. And Magadan and Primorsky region is our task for the future. Special study is needed to find out what number of Far Eastern Curlew, bar-tailed and black-tailed godwits is harvested by hunters during Whimbrel hunting. This is a rather complicated task. To continue the work in Kamchatka, to check and confirm received estimates of showbirds, we need, especially in the northern part of the peninsula and in some other areas like Karadinsky and Tolutorsky districts, Ozernovsky village in Ust-Bolsheresky district, and Bering Island. It is very important to raise awareness of Kamchatka decision makers, to explore how to work with content legislation on national and regional level, because there is no clear concept for the moment. To run a workshop to develop a strategy. The idea was proposed by WCAS Russia using their base in Terney district in Primorsky Krai. To evaluate threats in location where spoon-billed sandpiper satellite stacks stopped working in the north of Kamchatka. It is a very complicated task and we need a special expedition there with separate budget and well-selected team. To reduce negative effect on hunting on Far Eastern Curlew and other protected showbird species, we need conduct a campaign to raise awareness of hunters and inspectors, prepare and publish a guide of Kamchatka showbirds, more precisely identify places and time periods where and when hunters hunt Whimbrels and can accidentally harvest Far Eastern Curlew and other protected species, and we need more information, dissemination and awareness raising. Then we want to thank, first of all our sponsors like Curlews Foundation, East Asian-Australasian Flyway Partnership, Australian government, and UNEP CMS, as well for contribution in the projects Russian Bird Breeding Center, Wildlife Protected Agency of Kamchatka, and Kamchatka Hunter Society, and also many people from local community and our colleagues who contributed in this project. Thank you for the attention.